Hi. Hello. It's good to see you. It's good to be back as always. I'm glad to be here. Yo. Ooh, I'm a bit tired. I just did a really long walk. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of long. It was long in the shoes that I have. That's what it is. It was very long with the shoes that I had on. So, yeah, my feet are tired. I don't know if I want to go. Oh, yeah, I do. I don't know why I want to. Let's talk about this person. There's a person. Let's talk about him. Yeah, let's talk about him. Let's pull and let's see what we got going on with them. Maybe someone is changing their perspective about you in some sort of way. I don't know what perspective they have, but it's changing. It's allowing them to move forward. It's allowing them to move forward. I don't know. Just follow along. All right? Consider gain and loss, but never be greedy and everything will be all right. Consider gain and loss, but never be greedy and everything will be all right. Ooh. Ooh. I got a sensation in my body I don't like. It's tense. And I'm be honest, it feels as if I got the chills, but it's not cold in my room. Even I have the fan on, and it's like I got the chills, but it's not cold in my room. Consider. Oof. Here we are again. Wait, there's an energy here. Sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes they just come through. It comes through hard. Like, I don't know. Is this someone's someone's energy and they're projecting it hard? Is this ancestral? Consider gains and losses. Yeah, I'm fine. Hi, it's good to see you. I'm fine. I'm doing good. How are you? Are you well? How are you? Anyways, now, for those of you that this is financial, okay? Yes, pay attention to the way that you spend. Yes, pay attention to your gains and losses. Like, pay attention. Be the budget. Yes, budget. But don't be frugal and don't be greedy so that you can keep a good flow of energy. For others of you that this is energetic and it's translating in some sort of currency, like energy for energy, time for time, something like that. I can't see, and I don't know what you're saying. Anyways, sorry. Consider the energy that you invest, and consider what you put in and what you don't put in, or whatever, and what you get back. But at no point should you ever be solely focused on what you can gain. In this energy, regardless of whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you got, whatever you're into, whatever we're getting ready to talk about and dive into, yes, be concerned whether giving and receiving is happening. However, Don't be so much concerned that it's only about you. It's only about you receiving. It's only about you gaining or you getting. Don't be greedy. Okay? Don't be an energy hoarder. Okay. For whoever that's for. So someone is being analytical and changing their perspective. They're coming to some sort of clarity. They're coming from a very stable place as well. Someone is aware of themselves as well. They could have very good ability to someone, the Chariot again with the Hangman again. Someone could actually be very smart with finance. We could be talking about someone. It's like we're talking about a financial advisor, or you need one, or like there's something here. There's something here. There's something here about finances, about good decisions, wise decisions. Lawyers, gaining clarity, being enlightened. Someone here. All right. What are we? We're talking about somebody. We're talking about somebody. How would you know who this is? What is this energy? How do you know? Ten of Pentacles. It's fine. It's money. There's like energy, finances, money, heavily in his energy. It's heavy in here. Ten of Pentacles. How you would know who this is? This is somebody who has a very strong legacy. Somebody who's involved in yours in some sort of way. Like family. They have a family. They have obvious accolades in that way where it would reflect financially. They have something an ability to create legacy, or they have a legacy. They have a name, like they have like a family crest or something. Or they have some sort of prominence, maybe some affluence. They're very financially well off. This person could be a bit. Frugal is a word here. Frugal, but something. They're very discerning. Whoever this is, maybe this is why they have finances. They have a legacy or something. Damn, the death and the strength. These are really, really heavy energies. How you would know who this is? So you could be dealing with like fixed energy. Someone who has very fixed energy. They're stable in some sort of way in the earth realm. Like they have outward stability that people can see. They're very. I'm just getting attributes of them. Actually, they're very strong-willed. Somebody who is in control of their situation, and control of themselves in some sort of way. I heard all or nothing. This is somebody who's usually all in. This is somebody who's gentle, but firm. They might be very disciplined. This person goes through transformations, or gone through some sort of major transformation, or had transformation in their finances that you witnessed. This person also there's a deepness about them. So there's like some hidden aspects about this person, about their personality. They don't let everybody in, but they transform. They try to like be a better version of themselves, and like in a permanent way too. They try to like completely leave behind things that don't serve them, or they're doing that or done that. There was some sort of big, some sort of like major. It feels like they had some sort of major catastrophe, but it led to them being like abundant, like super abundant in some sort of way. And there's somebody who definitely sticks the course. All right. Why are they here? This is really, I wanted to say eerie. What's that? So there's like an investment. This is the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So energetically, there could be just like something about knowledge, like a lot of not like a lot about philosophy and knowledge here. Inner knowing, intuition, and just kind of being in a space where occult. There's like weird words that are jumping out to me. Kabbalah, like philosophy, occult. Damn, it's sociology. There's like, there's something here. Someone's energy is potent, or this is yours. That particular energy could be yours. You could be into stuff like that, or know a lot about it, or you could be into tradition in some sort of way, or have very strong ideas. It's like strong ideas. No, I'm sorry. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not. But I know there are many really great astrologers. Okay. So something happened with this person where their family fell apart or something. Or they experienced in the past like heartbreak in regards to their finances. But they feel, ooh, devil. Could be there was a big, like a tough lesson to learn, like a really, really tough lesson to learn for someone. They were really, really attached in some sort of way. But with the death, it feels like maybe someone passed away. Could be. Okay. Damn. This is like, on the outside, okay, that's why. Because the Chariot wants to keep going out, and this is why. That someone is moving forward, like, in their emotional space currently. And the last card to keep ending up is yellow. So there's something here about clarity, okay? Someone, maybe clarity, maybe even solar plexus energy, could be dealing with people's, like, personal power in some sort of way. Someone could be tapping into their own personal power to move themselves forward. And it's related to, like, a past heartbreak that they've had to learn to get over and move away from, in an emotional sense, right? To Eight of Cups, to abandon the energy. And it's because some heartbreak happened in their family. Why are they in your energy? Someone could be considering gains and losses themselves. Like, it's not, maybe this is not you, because it doesn't feel like it. When I say all this, it doesn't feel like it. And that's why it could have been feeling so confusing in the beginning. Because someone could have gone through some sort of tragedy where they suffered a major loss. It caused some heartbreak or some separation for them in some sort of way. And it could have just had them in like a greedy energy where they were only concerned about themselves. And I was telling somebody earlier today that, when you're not in a really great space, like when you're not really in a really great space with yourself, at least when it has to do with, if it had to do with legacy and your stability, yeah, you don't really want to deal with anybody. You really want to get yourself to the best place that you can be, and then you feel comfortable to deal with somebody, or then you feel like you can, incorporate other people in your life. But before then, sometimes it's just like impossible. So let's see. It's just like impossible for you to see, and it's only impossible because the perspective is skewed. It's like the perspective is skewed. But I'm like, this is why I wanted to. I don't know why. This is in the subconscious. Someone's ready to move forward because there's a new beginning, like a new opportunity that's being presented in some sort of way. It's like a new passionate project to get involved in. They want to take a leap of faith on it. Okay, let's see. It could be obsessively thinking about that, or ready to get into some sort of new long-term lesson. Like someone's ready to spin the wheel and then get in a lesson and then be in it for a long time with the devil. Like with Saturn type energy. Like it's something new to get passionate. I desire this thing. I'm really drawn towards this thing. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to get into, and I want to be in it for a minute. Like that kind of energy. Because the desire is to move forward now. The only cups I see here, though, in this energy, like the only cups I see is the Eight of Cups. Emotionally abandoning something from this transition. I see strength, I see heartbreak, I see finance, I see victory. Let's see. What's going on in subconscious, the Tower, and this. So their mind is being blown, their mindset is changing in regards to like defending themselves or having defensive behavior. Or they're trying to protect, maybe they're trying to protect somebody else. It feels like they're trying to protect someone external to them from the Tower that's happening in their life. From some sort of major change that's happening in their life because of this Three of Swords. Because of this Three of Swords. It makes them feel stuck. The subconscious. So they're very independent. Super independent. Because they're in their mind, they're supposed to be 10 of Pentacles, but they just reflect to themselves as, I'm a 9 of Pentacles. They don't see themselves as 10 of Pentacles. So they may feel like inadequate. It's an odd feeling. Like I'm not my 10 of Pentacles that I used to be. I'm a 9 of Pentacles. I'm not 10 anymore. But they're a 9. They don't see, there's someone's mind, it seems like someone's mind is changing because they currently don't see themselves as 10 of Pentacles worthy in a sense. They see themselves as a 9 of Pentacles. They don't think like, oh, I just need one more Pentacle and then I'll be restored in this 10 of Pentacles. They think to themselves, I need to restore my 10 of Pentacles, and then, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Say this is actual divorce, actual separation from, like, somebody. Someone had a life with somebody, and then it fell apart. And then they left and had to rebuild themselves up to be very strong and independent version of themselves. But they now only see themselves through the lens of their 10 of Pentacles in which they used to have. So they don't see themselves as like, it's hard to explain. They like, maybe they had like the 10 of Pentacles on some sort of pedestal. And when they got into the 9 of Pentacles, they don't see the 9 of Pentacles as greatly as they see in the 10 of Pentacles energy that they have. And so they don't necessarily appreciate the 9 of Pentacles. They only think about getting back into the 10 of Pentacles. But it's so crazy. Because someone's independent. So, sometimes people have an Ace of Pentacles. I'm just saying. I don't know, the energy is like sometimes people have an Ace of Pentacles. So you could be a 10 of Pentacles. I don't know. But you're 9 of Pentacles. It's not good enough. I don't know. Look at this Page of Pentacles. And the Emperor was there as well. Someone could be stingy. Like they're 4 of Pentacles. They hold on very tightly. Alright. One card at a time, please. Care package. It causes them anxiety, this one. They have anxiety about this thing that happened. It looks like PTSD. So it's just, I hate when more than one comes out, that's why. So let's talk about it. They're nervous about investing themselves, and finally you get the Cup energy. You get the Cup. They're nervous about investing themselves. They're like they don't trust their intuition or like their emotion to invest themselves. They're very anxious and nervous, and they're scared about that. Judgment. The High Priestess again, but in this one. So there's okay. So this is past energy someone deals with. This energy is from the past, and it's exiting. So someone's actively walking away, moving on from it. It's exiting their life. They're exiting the life of this energy, and they're moving forward. But they do have anxiety. Like they do have like their sleepless nights. They're worried. They're surfing their own mind for answers, and because they understand that something has to give. Like they understand that it's something has to transform. It has no choice. It has to. It has to go like forward. It has to. Forward movement has to happen. Like if put it this way, like I don't know how to explain this. Even in the first line we have transformation. Here we have change and forward movement. We have a judgment call being made. Okay, and then of all of this and out of 2 decks we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. So this is pretty big realization for somebody. It's time to call a judgment on this particular energy. The energy of heartbreak, the energy of separation, the energy of anxiety, worry, fear, even like letting go of inhibitions and just moving forward. And emotionally, and what someone that has to emotionally abandon is probably even the ideas that came along with whatever this Ten of Pentacles energy is. Sad to say, but the past is the past, and it's over now. I want to clarify this. Alright. We're out of that deck. I want to clarify this in some sort of way. Come back on your birthday. Or, you know what, email me. Is my email? I don't think my email. But I will go right now. I will add my email. Email me and I will give you one. For sure. Not right now, but I'll give you one. You gotta email me though. I'll put the information. You gotta email me. And I'll give you one. A full one, too. I'm abundant enough. Alright, let's clarify this energy. What you need to know in this energy. Or dealing with this energy. Ace of Cups. Someone is choosing to move forward for the sake of love. Maybe new love found within the self. Maybe new love found with somebody else. But for the sake of experiencing an abundance and overflowing of feel-good emotions, someone is choosing to make that forward movement and get themselves out of tumultuous waters to a smooth sail. You can't. How are you on YouTube? But you can't eat. You can't eat there? How are you on YouTube? Can't you eat there? What you need to know? Someone is defending themselves from any kind of confusion. They're defending themselves from confusion. They're defending themselves from some sort of illusions, or from like, so that they don't have to have some sort of clouded judgment, or they're protecting themselves from this, or they're protecting you from this. This could be lots of options of things to do, lots of other things that you could be celebrating or something. I don't know. What? So yes, so there's lots of things. I feel like somebody is protected from the bullshit, or they're learning and realizing I'm protected from the bullshit, and there's so much that they could be celebrating. They're realizing there's so much that I could be celebrating and enjoying some sort of success, or there's so many things that I can celebrate the success of, and they're defending themselves from some sort of bullshit and confusion and problems and issues, and it just feels like someone's moving forward. I feel like maybe someone was kind of like juggling the past, like something that had happened for them in the past, and kind of being a bit like scarred or scorned from some previous things that had happened or something like that. And so now they're moving forward. I'm gonna get one of these relationships, and then we'll be out of the fourth chakra. So I'm gonna be opening up their heart, quite literally. Divine feminine, becoming more receptive, perhaps even. I hope you guys are having a good night, right? I hope you're having a good night. Well, to me, it's nighttime where I'm at, so I hope you guys are having a good one. I am. I don't know if anyone else felt like weird last week, but I felt so weird last week. So, if you got through last week and you're like super sensitive human being, you know, it's good to see you on the other side. Jeez, these are thick. Okay, reflection. 33. Reflection, number 33. Which makes me feel like you're the person in your energy. Like you could be the person in your energy. You could be watching for yourself. Or you could be trying to see someone else's perspective. Or you're looking into somebody else that's in relation to you, you know, that reflects back to you versions of yourself. Like you share common karma or common like ancestral patterns in some sort of way. So with reflection, the energy of reflection supports our growth through the insight we get from the contemplation of ourselves and others. Okay, originality. Reflection. I am reflective. Reflection is the return of a waveform in the physical realm. This can refer to light, sound, or heat, like an image that is produced by a reflective surface. On a more philosophical level, it refers to inner contemplation or self-reflection. Self-reflection is Self-reflection is like looking in an internal mirror and considering what you see. This could be both you on an outer physical level as well as you on an inner one. You could say that we send our thoughts and ideas into our inner world, where they run into the mirror that is made up of our beliefs and paradigms. After this interaction, insights are sent back to us. Self-reflection is the foundation of our growth as human beings, as it helps us to identify what we want and to elevate our progress towards reaching these goals. It helps us observe ourselves in action and then learn from this. Regardless of what we find, it's always valuable to boldly venture into the abyss of our inner world. Its exploration is essential to reaching the state of wholeness that we desire. Through relationships with others, we can learn about ourselves. The other can be a mirror in which we see ourselves reflected, and in return, we can be the mirror for them. This is probably the most powerful aspect of every relationship. Everyone contributes to our growth and vice versa. The other reflects parts of our consciousness back to us, the parts that we like and the parts that we don't. Once we realize that everything another does or says is merely an opportunity to reflect upon oneself, there's no more need for guilt, blame, judgment, or self-victimization. Our relationships are our opportunity to learn about ourselves and ultimately to grow. While this is true for all relationships that we have, the ones with friends, family, colleagues, and the ones with people we like and appreciate, and even the ones with people we don't. The relationships with our significant others offer the most profound opportunity to learn about ourselves. Unless we start recognizing that the common denominator in every relationship is us, we might find ourselves repeating the same pattern and never really finding the harmonious and vital relationship that we are looking for. Are there similarities in the romantic relationships that you had? Are there certain qualities and characteristics you are attracted to in another? In what ways is your present love life the same as your past one? In what ways is it different? It is often said that we seek in our partners the qualities that our parents had. How is this true for you, or is it not? That doesn't sound good. You shouldn't be fearful. So you should really think about what you just said. Like, you shouldn't be fearful. I remember I used to fall asleep and be fearful in my home, and I was scared. And I didn't sleep, actually. I didn't even fall asleep, actually. If I'm being honest, I slept all of like maybe an hour or 2 hours a day because of how stressed and how difficult life was at home. So yeah, I had to really assess why I was sleeping that way, and my solution was to leave that place. But I'm not saying that for you. I'm just saying that was what I had to do for myself. I don't know, everybody's situation is different, and everybody don't have to go that extreme, but I definitely had to. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that brought somebody some clarity. It was an interesting one. I did enjoy the energy. And remember, you win some, you lose some, but don't be so consumed with what you might lose that you don't get to enjoy what you have. Like, don't be so consumed with what you might lose that you never enjoy what you have. That being said, I hope that it helped. Bye, y'all. Deuces.